So we could put it out even on social media, and we could have like a poll. But at the end of the day, what we're going to do is we're just going to track it all season long. Yeah, at the end of the day, and see if anybody gets any winners and who gets the most winners.
All right, so we're starting with MVP first.
Oh my God, it's 9-2 Knicks. Yeah, MVP.
I lean Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going to take with the first pick because of the price. Joe Burrow. 10-1.
That's a good one.
I think T. Higgins sticks around for one more year. He's in a contract year. He's going to probably have to play with the franchise tag. You've got Jamar Chase there. Joe Burrow plays really well coming back from a season-ending injury. I think his hand is going to be fully healthy. And I think actually the time is not to bet it now, but the time is probably to bet it week 4 because we know that the Cincinnati Bengals start slow. And so I bet you get like a 12-1, like probably by October 15th.
Such a good point and such a good pick. And I love Joe Burrow. I bet Joe Burrow at 9-1. I think this year might be different, and they might actually get off to a fast start, and everybody might be healthy to start the season. And it looks like T. Higgins is going to be there. I think that's a great pick. I'm keeping track of these two because I don't trust anybody.
Nice. All right, cool.
Well, listen, if he's left on the board with the first pick, there's just no way that I can pass up Patrick Mahomes at 6-1. I mean, Lamar Jackson just won it. Mahomes won it the year before that. He's got a couple already. We know the NFL MVP is a little bit different than the NBA because you can win it later in your career. You can win it back-to-back. There's a little less voter fatigue.
Correct.
And if you're somebody like Patrick Mahomes who voters love, fans love, he's the face of the NFL, he's the best quarterback in the NFL, going to maybe go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. And if the Chiefs can be what they were last year and win a Super Bowl, they've gotten better this offseason. There's a chance that he's better, they're better, everything is better. I can't pass up Patrick Mahomes. He's the favorite for a reason. Give me him at 6-1.
Good pick. Can't go wrong with Pat Mahomes. Can't go wrong with Joe Burrow. And I'm going to go safe here as well, and I'm going to go with Josh Allen, 9-1.
Nice.
I knew it.
Let's say Buffalo wins 11 games in a still tough division with Miami and the Jets and the Patriots, who absolutely stink. Their win total's 4.5. But if he goes out there, balls out, they win double-digit games with a defense that isn't what it's been the last couple of years. They have to replace their entire secondary. Von Miller had as many sacks as we did last year. And receiver number 1 is Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Mac Hollins, KJ Hamler. I don't know. Maybe it's Dalton Kincaid, but if Josh Allen puts up big numbers without Stephon Diggs and without Gabe Davis, because that's going to be the narrative, like what were the Bills doing? I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad move. Like Diggs clearly didn't want to be there, didn't show up the second half of the season, and Gabe Davis had one big game that we'll remember him for. So I'll go Josh Allen 9-1 and play it safe.
Trysta, you've got the first pick. Who are you drafting for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
So a little bit of this is for me to continue to keep my eye on him. Not to say that I wasn't anyway, because, listen, like, he's the belle of the ball. Everybody's talking about him, and I think the hype plays into this as well. I didn't want to go chalk, but I feel like I must go chalk because I've been watching clips of this man go on everybody's podcast and say, I can do whatever I want, how I want, with the football, at any point to the best of my abilities for my team to get a win. And that is Caleb Williams.
Yep. Good pick.
And so plus 210, I'm fine with that, even though it's chalk. And I'll be able to talk about all of the things that I like about him every single week when we have our little check-ins. We'll have like a little fingernail polish watch. We'll have my favorite fingernail polish of the week that he's worn. We'll have a social media update. We'll check
play
in.
some clips.
We'll play some clips. We'll check in on the haters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love Caleb Williams. I love everything that he's about. I want to stay plugged into what's happening in Chicago. And, yeah, that's it. Caleb Williams. I think the hype is there. I just think it's the best pick, too.
I think, look, there's a reason why he's the favorite. You've got the weapons there. You've got a lot of talent. It was already a 7-win team. So, I get it. The price isn't great, but there's a reason why he's in that spot.
Facts.
And you know what? If you can double your money at the end of the year, hey, you know what? It's not so bad. Now, for me, guys, this is an easy one for my first pick. The future of my Washington Commanders.
Indeed.
Yep.
Jaden effing Daniels at plus 750. He's mobile. He's going to have to be because that offensive line's still going to have holes in it. But he does have some weapons to be able to throw the ball to. Terry McLaurin is one. Jahan Dotson is another. Need a little more consistency out of him. They also went out and got themselves a nice pass-catching tight end. And they've got running backs in the backfield that can help at least Give them the opportunity. I think Washington is going to run the ball. They're at least 3 running backs deep. They're going to run that football so defenses respect the run, giving opportunities for Jaden Daniels either to get out on design runs, get out on and scramble, or actually throw the football. And as we've talked about a ton, great deep ball thrower, can throw it just off balance, 1 foot, has the arm strength, has the accuracy to do it. And similar to young MVPs at quarterback, Jaden Daniels' skill set fits very well into a player winning this award and being able to do that. So give me Jaden Daniels at plus 750.
All right, good pick, good pick. So Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, the first 2 quarterbacks off the board. I'm not going to take one of my favorite quarterbacks the last couple years out of the draft because he's not going to start this year. So I'm going to go with Bo Nix. Ooh, last night 25-1 over at BetMGM, now down to 20-1. What I like about this pick is, let's say the Broncos actually win 8-9 games, and Sean Payton goes back to being Sean Payton, and Bo Nix runs the same offense that Russ was running, doesn't have the same weapons. But, I mean, Russ last year, if Bo Nix could throw 24 to 25 touchdown passes, 7 to 8 interceptions, do what he did at Oregon, complete like 7-8-yard passes, complete 65 to 70% of his passes, and something happens to Caleb, I would never wish that upon him. Or maybe he doesn't play really well his rookie year. I like that price for Bo Nix. I want to give myself the 25-1, but I'll be fair. 20-1 Bo Nix. What do your projections say about Marvin Harrison? I know that's a big number. Do we do anything with Rookie of the Year? Are you going over? What would you do with him this season?
I think offensive Rookie of the Year is it's going to be tough, right? He's got to beat out some quarterbacks there, it's probably not a great bet in that regard. But I did see it's at 1050 in some different spots, right, for Marvin Harrison. I've got him at 1065 for a median projection. And again, he's got a lot more ways to beat that number than to go under that number. So I really would, again, just hammer that line for me. This is a guy that is just about as complete a prospect as we've seen since Jamar Chase. When Jamar Chase came into the league, guys, I said I didn't need to see one NFL snap. I'm like, and what I said is we're looking at a future Hall of Famer. I'm going to go ahead and say the exact same thing about Marvin Harrison Jr. Barring injury, we're looking at a future Hall of Famer. This is the most complete prospect we've seen in so long, and I think more of a complete prospect than Jamar Chase, to be honest with you. His success rates versus man and press coverage is just phenomenal. He's awesome against zone. He's got great hands. He can win deep. He can win intermediate. He can win short. I don't know where you can lock this guy up. And he walks into a situation playing with a veteran quarterback in Kyler Murray that, again, that 1050, that 1065 that I've got for a median projection, I mean, again, that's just, listen, he's got so many more ways to beat that. I have him on a high projection of 1,400 yards with a high projection of 12 touchdowns as well. There's just so many more ways for him to beat that line than to come in under. I think you hammer that line.